Hello everyone, this is Arrash Jaffarzadeh here to review our lesson in class regarding Microsoft Excel. Today we learned about how we can use some of Excel's functions to create formulas and how we can use those formulas with some information that we may have set up. So let's get started. We're going to use Excel first to take this information here, these dice rolls that we had, and have Excel figure out the mean, median, and mode. And I'm going to include a few things that I did not include in the lesson, which is finding the highest and lowest number, and also adding some color to the information to make it easier for us to see what numbers were the highest and lowest. So let's get started. The first thing is that we need to figure out the sum if we're going to find the mean. I'm going to show you two ways of finding the mean, both the long way and the short way, because the steps to find the long way might come in handy for you. So to find the mean, the average number, I need to first find the sum of all these numbers and figure out how many trials we had. So in our case we had 14, and divide the sum by the number of trials. So to start out, let's figure out the sum. I can go in here and write a formula. Now the way formulas work in Excel is that I would type in something like equal and then whatever I need Excel to figure out. So if I would equal 2 plus 2 and I press enter, you're going to notice that it's going to give me the answer of 4. When I click on the cell, it shows me the formula up here in the formula bar, and I can also, oops, let's get out of that, escape that out. If I double click it, it will also show me the formula within the cell. I can write anything I want here. 2 times 50. I'll get 100. So how can we use that? Well, that in combination with an Excel function is going to help us out quite a bit. I'm going to write down equal in all capital letters sum, open parentheses, and I'm going to click on the first cell. I can physically write in the cell location by typing in A2, or I can just click in that cell and it will automatically do it for me. From there, I wanted to add all these numbers. I could write plus A3 plus A4, etc., etc. But instead, what we're going to do is we're going to write a colon and type in the last cell. What that will do is that it will add the numbers from A2 through A15. The other way I can do it, if I don't want to type it, I can just click and drag the right corner of the box down to A15, and it will do it automatically. Put a close parentheses and press enter. If you don't press a close parentheses, Excel will figure it out for you, but it's a good habit to do it yourself. So we see that the sum of these numbers is 48. Now I need to find the count. I could go count 1, 2, 3, but what if I had thousands of numbers, and that would take too long? I can use the count function. Equal count, open parentheses, and we follow the same pattern. I click, or the same procedure. I click on the first cell, drag the bottom right corner when I have the double arrows, let go, close the parentheses and press enter, and I see I have 14 numbers. Now all I need to do is write the formula to divide this number by 14. So I could write 40 equal 48 divided by 14, and that would give me the right answer, but it's a really bad idea, because what if I went in and I changed one of these numbers? Well, notice that as soon as I change that number, this number, the sum, updated, but the mean did not, because I did not include the cell information. So if I go back in time here, and I go here to the mean, the long way, oops, there we go, and I remove that, I'm going to instead put in cell C16 divided by the / button C17. When I press enter, I have my answer. The short way of finding the mean is to just type in equal average. Open parentheses, click on the first number, drag it down to the bottom, put a close parentheses, and we get the exact same number. I can also format these cells so I don't get such a long set of decimals. To do that, I can just highlight the cells that I want to format, right-click them, and go to Format Cells. From here, when I click, you'll notice that it has several categories. We're interested in number. So I'm going to click on the number, and here I'm going to say 1 decimal place and click OK. Now you can see it rounded it off for us. The median is done in a similar way. I type in equal median. Now the median would be the center or the middle number when I put all of these numbers here in order from lowest to highest. The middle number, whatever that would be the median. The median function will do that for you. Again, I click on the first cell, drag it down to the last cell, close the parentheses, press enter, and you can see the median is 3. Next, we're going to try to find out what the mode is. The mode is the number that occurs most frequently. So again, I'm going to write equal mode, open parentheses, click on the first number, drag it down to the bottom, close the parentheses. The mode is also 3, so 3 occurs the most. The highest number would be the max function. So here, I'm going to type in equal max, open parentheses, click on the 6, the first row, the first set of number from the set, all the way down to the last. And that's the highest number is obviously 6. And finally, the lowest one would be equal min. And we do that the same way. So you can see Excel makes this process very easy for us. The last thing I wanted to show you in this lesson is how to color code this information so it's easier for us to see what numbers are the highest and lowest. So I can highlight this column by clicking the A, and I'm going to go over here to where it says conditional formatting. From here, I'm going to go down to new rule. Here, there's a whole bunch of rule types, but the rule that we are interested in is the first one, format all cells based on their values. I can use a 2-color scale, 3-color scale, and there's a few other options we're not going to worry about for now. I'm going to choose the 3-color scale. Here, I can have it set so that the lowest value is going to be red, the highest value is going to be green, and everything in between is going to be yellow. And it's going to use a gradient to show all the other numbers. Like for example, if there's a number that wasn't the middle number, but it was in between the middle and the high or the lowest number, it would be kind of the salmon colored, yellowish, reddish color. So let's try it out and see what happens. Once I deselect it, you can see that the highest number is nice and green, the lowest number is nice and red, and the middle number 3 is yellow, with the other numbers in between those colors. So hopefully you learned from this lesson. If you have any questions, go ahead and send me an email or a loop mail. I'd be happy to help you out with this project. And think of different ways that you can use this lesson throughout maybe your life, outside of the class, inside of the class, for a science fair project, who knows. Think about it, be creative with it, and you can have the computer help you become even more successful.